Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a more casual video. This is going to be frequently asked questions, and if my head is cocked all weird and the lighting is horrible, it's because vision issues, like you guys know, and my neck is giving me real problems today. But I thought I'd been away from YouTube for way too long, and so I really wanted to make this video. And my lighting is coming in the mail, hopefully. Anyway, I wanted to just do this video to answer some frequently asked questions that either I've gotten quite a bit or I know my friends have gotten. Questions about CP, my answers about CP. Again, this is just my opinion, so I am not a doctor. I'm really not anybody but a face on the internet. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's jump in, shall we? I'm not gonna knock the table anymore. The first major question I get about CP is, well, what is it? So basically a brain injury, and it affects people differently depending on where their personal clot ends up being. So mine is in such a place that my lower legs are affected as well as my right arm more than my left arm. But basically, CP affects my entire body. And I'm not trying to say this to get any kind of sympathy. I'm just telling you what CP is. For different people, it can affect different things. So speech can be affected. Um, Hand motion can be affected. You can have CP on one side of your body. That's hemiplegia. I have diplegia, which means that two of my legs are affected, and usually there's one other limb as well. For me, it's my right arm. The other common types of CP are quadriplegia. Now, this is different than plegic. Now, plegic implies that you are paralyzed. I am not paralyzed. I just have trouble using my limbs. Plegic, or plegia in quadriplegia, is when all four of your limbs are affected. And then you can have monoplegia, meaning your one limb is affected. So that is what CP is. How does CP affect people? I think I've already said CP affects people in many different ways. There isn't one single thing they can point to that causes CP. It's just one of those things. You're born with it or you aren't. Which also brings up that CP can be diagnosed between the ages of birth and like 3 or 4. So it is a brain injury that occurs between birth and the age of 4. Mine occurred at birth. Can I walk normally or unassisted? Yes, I can. I do it all the time. I'm not sure how to show you with my webcam, but I will. You know what? I have footage. I'll insert it here. Up now, and I'm just gonna quickly sort of do a quick walkthrough of how I walk. How funny that sounds. So I'm just gonna walk from one end of my kitchen to the other, and if you notice, when I walk with a swing, and it's a little bit hard to see in here because there is just stuff around, but there's a bit of knee knocking don't, doctors will call it knee knocking, but when your knees almost come together, but they sort of knock, but mine sort of don't. They could put braces on me, but I decided not to do that, and that was my personal decision. But just one more time, I'll show you just like quickly. So this is my funky sway, and when I walk, I swing backwards and forwards, kind of like this, right? So it's sort of like a pendulum. My hair doesn't stay in one spot really, but that's how I move. I walk. So it's a little bit different, to say the least. How does CP affect me? Well, it affects more or less the way that I walk. It doesn't affect my brain, doesn't affect, who I am in any other form of thinking or talking to you guys. It just affects the way that I move, which is a big thing sometimes, but most of the time, at least for me, I've had fairly positive experiences with people just getting to know you and getting to know your personality, and then they don't necessarily care about, how you move or if you have to be slower or anything like that. Now, I have had a few times where people weren't like that, and they have been promptly cut out of my life. I don't need haters that decide that my disability is all that I am, because I'm not. Sorry, guys. I don't necessarily have all that much core strength right now. And so I'm like flopping backwards. But yeah, that's how CP affects me. Is there a cure for CP? Well, this is debatable. And I have tried a bunch of different things. But no, as of right now, there is no cure for CP. And I don't know that I would take a cure if it was offered to me, with the experiences that I've had with potential cures. So, just keep that in mind. Now, this is just my experience, guys. If you have come across something that has worked for you, awesome. I want to hear about it. I'm not closed-minded to a cure whatsoever. Just as far as I know and the research that I have done, there is no cure. So, we deal. Is there anything I can't do because of my CP? Well, yes and no. I was lucky that I was raised in a family where I was thought of as normal, and I did all the normal chores and homework, everything basically that my siblings did. I can't drive. That's maybe the biggest drawback, that I can't drive. And that's just because of my vision being the way that it is, which is like a secondary disability, because of my CP. But the way gas prices are here and the way that the driving is where I live, I don't know that I would want to drive. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Ooh, I can't read my own writing. Yeah. So I guess to go along with that is acceptance, and what that word is and what it means when you have a disability. So for me, having a disability and growing up with a disability, it's something that you would think comes naturally, but I don't think it does. I really don't, because I think it took me till grade 10 or 11 to feel comfortable asking for people's help, like even off the bus, right? It would be like, I'll do it myself, which is a great attitude to have when you're like, you know, figuring out how your body works and learning what you can and cannot do. But at times, having people help you is not a bad thing. And I think it took me a very long time to realize that. So for me, acceptance is a long, long process. And I think it is a life process. I don't think you can say, okay, I have fully accepted my disability, because I don't think that that would ever be possible as we change and as our disabilities change and possibly get better or get worse or anything like that. I think that's all for today, guys. If you want me to elaborate any more on anything, leave a comment below. Leave your questions. If you like this kind of video, I can do it more often. Just, again, give this video a thumbs up, or, write something in the comments. And I will see you guys soon. And I'm sorry for the big gap in videos. I think it's probably only been 3 weeks, but it feels like forever, you guys. So, I should be back up on a regular posting schedule in the next couple of days. Hopefully, I'll get this edited tonight and either up tonight or up tomorrow. I want to hear what you guys have been up to. And my social media information is down below, so we can chat on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. No, not Facebook. Facebook coming soon, guys. All that type of thing. And use the hashtag MyCPLife, and I will hopefully be able to get to your questions and comments. All right. Have a good night, guys. Bye.